So you can all view my screen. Yes, could you please all launch Eclipse? On my Eclipse you can see that I have already created a project and there is a class there. So I will show you how to create a project. So you go to the file menu, click on new, then click on Java project.
Okay.
So you will be directed to create a Java project window. You can name first Java project. You can name something like this, first underscore Java project. Here you can do some settings in here, use an execution environment JRE, but don't do anything now because you don't need, because we are using Java JDK 15. So wherever is tick, you can keep those ticks and click on finish. This will create so it will direct you. Discourage module name. By convention, module names usually start with a lowercase. Actually we don't want to create, so just tick generate comments and don't create. So the new project has been created named first Java project. You can verify it. Yes, on the left hand side in the package explorer you will be able to see first underscore Java project has been created. So whenever we want to work on any project, we need to create classes. So you need to go to the src source folder and create classes, but it is advisable not to create direct classes or use this default package. So what you can do, right click on src and create new and create a package. The package name should start from the lowercase. So you can name it something like first Java package. The naming convention, is it up to you how you want to name it. Yes, the package name starts from the lowercase. You can use the package name in a way that it makes more sense. It is just for the training purpose I'm using this kind of naming convention. Click on finish. This will create a package. So you can see the first underscore Java package has been created. Now we want to create a class. So right click on the package and click on new. You can see here you can create so many things: Java project, package, class, interface, enum, record, annotation, source folder, Java working set, folder, file. But here we are going to create Java class. So click on class. Class name always starts from the uppercase. So what is the source folder? It says this class is stored in first underscore Java project src folder. In that project there is a package named first underscore Java package. Inside this package we are going to create a class. So you can name it here first Java class. Yes. Here public static void main you don't need to tick at the moment. Constructors from superclass, no. Inherited abstract class, you can leave it. Generate comments, no. So you click on finish. Now it has created a new class.
And the name always starts from uppercase.
Uppercase, yes.
Yeah.
So Java class name always starts from the uppercase. So here on this documents all the instructions are there, but I'm walking through, so we don't need to worry about too much. Yes, so the first class has been created here. Yes, now what we will do, there are some syntax rules in Java. So if I execute this particular class, let me save and execute it, see what happens. It will throw an error. Yes. Oh, this has been created there. So I just close this one and execute, because there is nothing in there, and that's why it didn't recognize, so I'm unable to. So whenever we have a Java class, we have to have a main method. So let's create public static void main. In a small bracket is known as parenthesis. Public static void main, in the small bracket, string, square bracket on and off, arguments, args, args, and the curly brackets on. Now if I right click, it will give me the option to execute this class as a Java. Yes, I can execute, but there is nothing there. So in console, you don't see anything there. So it is first class. So let's print it out. System out .println, printing, displaying my first statement. There's an error in here, you can see. Yes, because as for the syntax rule, the executable statement should end with semicolon. This is a perfect class now. So if I execute this, it will execute and it will print, printing / displaying my first statement. You can see this statement in the console. Yes, printing, displaying. This is how you execute a class in Java. Either you can right click and execute it, run as Java application, or you can click on this green arrow. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so this is first class executed. Let's discuss the syntax rules. So in Java, there are some syntax rules. As I said, all executable statements should be inside Java class. So here we have a Java class. This is your class. Yes, whatever I highlighted is a Java. From here it's a class, and this is the main. So this is executable statement. So if I put in here something, system.out.print, yes, there is an error. What is an error in here? So if you go in here, you will be able to see multiple markers at this: syntax error, insert enum identifier to complete enum header name, or syntax error. So whenever there is an error, it will display, so you can go and find out what is the error wherever the cross. Okay, but as this statement is outside the class, we know that this is an error, so I deleted it. Now there is no error. Next, Java class name should start with an uppercase letter. Yes, as I previously said, whenever you create a Java class, it should start from the uppercase. So let's create a class with a lowercase. So here you can say, when I created my first class, type name is discouraged. By convention, Java type names usually start with an uppercase letter. Yes. So the next one says class name should start with an uppercase letter. So you cannot have lowercase. Java is case sensitive. So it's a variable. I use my country and my country are different. So here if I put something in here, variable string my name equals Brijesh. Yes, put something else, that's fine. If I say string my name, yes, So whenever it is a string, the string always is declared in double quotes. So here I put string my name. It looks like similar, but they are different. So if I print it out, the shortcut, if you want to use sys out, and if you press control space, this whole sentence or this command system.out.println will be printed. So in here, if I put my name, even though it looks like same, but it will not print Rahul, it will print only Rajesh. Yes, because they are two different variables and they have different meanings. Every class program must contain a main method. So this class has been executed, yes, and it is working, but as soon as I delete this statement, because there is no main method, and that's why there are errors there. Yes, you can see these errors are there. So if I say Control Z, the main method will come and the error will go. So without main method, Java classes are incomplete and you won't be able to execute them. Class name and file name must match. So here you see this is a class name and this is a file name. Yes, so if I put in here class name something 1 2 3, it will throw an error because this name and this name are different, so they should be same. So as for example, you created a class, but if it is not there, you are just typing it manually. You need to make sure the class name and file name are same. Each statement ends with a semicolon. So whenever we use executable statement or any statement in Java, we have to end with semicolon. If we forget the semicolon, it will show you compile time error. Yes, so there is an error there in here, and it will say syntax error, insert semicolon to complete block statements. Yes, so without semicolon, the statements are not complete. Curly bracket on and off, beginning and end of a block of code. So here you can see this curly block. When I have highlighted, you can see this is highlighted. Yes, so this is one block of code, but if I highlight it here, then this is this block of code. Yes, so curly brackets at the beginning and end of particular block of code. Comment a statement with double forward slashes. So as for example, I don't want to use this statement, then I can put double forward slashes and it will comment it. Why we need to use? Sometimes for the description, I want to explain something. Yes, that will be not executable statement. So I will say this statement will print, display the string variable my name. Yes, so if you want to comment something and if you put something, or if you want to put some notes, this code will do something so that other user, whenever they go in future, they can understand. Then you need to comment them, and you can comment with 2 forward slashes. Next one is comment a block of code with forward slash star and star and forward slash. So as for example, I have commented these 2 lines, but with both the 2 lines I put double forward slashes. Yes, so as for example, there are 20 lines, then you won't be able to, it is waste of time when you put double slashes every in front of every. So you can put forward slash star and end with star forward slash. Then that particular block of code has been commented. These are the syntax rules of Java. Any question with this? You can unmute yourself. So if you have any question, you can ask.
No, I don't think so.
Anyone else? No questions. Okay, let's start it. So you can share your screen so I can see you have created a project. In that project, there is a package there. In that package, there is a class there, and there is at least one executable statement. So I can verify it. So one of you share the screen so I can see it is you have understood it correctly.
Okay, I'll share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, this is. Okay, I'll go for the.
Oh, you haven't created, so you are creating it now, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I was looking at that time. So
Okay,
Java
so
project.
Java project
Yeah.
name.
It's first class.
It's a project, not class. Project name. So you can name anything. So I have used my first Java project. So in the same manner, you can name anything. Selenium training.
Java project. I write it same. Fine. And then I click finish button.
Yes, click on finish.
Yep.
So here it says that this correct. So click and say don't create it.
Don't create.
Yeah, don't create. It's a module info. You don't need to create. So don't create.
Okay.
And now close this welcome page.
Okay.
No, you are going to close Eclipse. Just there is a yes that. So now left hand side in the package explorer there is a project Java underscore project. So you maximize it. You click on that small greater than symbol and it will maximize the project just in front of the Java word. Just in front. Yes, go little bit left hand side. Yes. So now you can see there is JRE system library folder and SRC source folder. So we can right click
Yep.
and click on new and create package. And you can name a package name.
So
First
package name should be in small one.
small lowercase here. The
Yeah.
first letter should be lowercase.
Okay. My first.
It is not that you have to have the this underscore. Okay, you can put my first package one word.
Okay. My first. Can I give the space also?
No, space is not allowed.
Okay. My first project.
So you can leave space and see what happens straight away.
Yeah.
Yes, leave space. Yeah. Invalid package name my first, then a space
Yeah.
there. First project is not valid Java identifier. Yes. So the
Okay. So my first project.
and click on finish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is there. Shall I click it right?
Yes, click on right click
the class
and create a class. And you can say Java practice. Class name always starts with uppercase.
case. No, they will not allow.
Space, yeah, space is not allowed. That's why Java class, Java practice. Yes, you can put P practice. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, so it looks like two words. Yes, and click on finish. So you don't click on finish yet. So if you take this public static void main
Yeah.
string
Hmm.
this statement, then this main method should automatically be generated.
Okay.
But I don't advise to generate. Normally if you write manually public static void main parenthesis string square bracket on and off, and arguments, close the small bracket. Then you remember the what is the main method. Yes.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah. So click on finish.
yeah. Okay.
So here you can see the Java class has been created.
Just one question. When we create we create project, then we create a package, then
Yes.
we create a class. From source, if I right click and create a package first, then I go back onto the source, right click, and then create a class.
No.
Okay.
You click on the package you have created.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
If you right click on the source folder and create a class, it will go to the default source folder. It will not go into your package.
Okay.
So you need to go and click on the particular package, right click it, and then create a class.
Class. Okay.
Okay, so the class has been created now here. So here, this is the class. So let's play with some syntax rules. So let's have one. We don't have a main method. So if you right click and try to execute it, run as, you won't have the Java application option even.
So shall I write public static void main?
Not yet, just execute it, see what happens.
So what should I do right now?
Just click on the green arrow, which is,
Right click.
yeah, you can right click, then it won't have the option at all.
Okay.
Yeah, run as, because it will not let you do. So just click on the green arrow which I have showed you. Okay.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Click on green arrow. So it says the selection cannot be launched, and there are no recent launches. Yes, because you don't have the main method. So you have to have the main method. So just write a main method here.
Okay.
Public static void main. Parenthesis means small bracket. Inside the small bracket, you need to put string, square bracket on and off, lowercase args. Public spelling is incorrect, and that's why there is an error. Args.
PUB. Okay.
Args.
ARGS.
S should be capital in string, and after string you leave some space, one space, arguments. Yeah.
Okay. After
string and this curly square bracket on and off, leave some space, one space. After the curly bracket, not curly brackets, the square bracket closes.
Okay. After the okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, outside you go and put one curly bracket and press enter, so automatically it will generate another curly bracket.
Okay.
Press enter. Yes.
Yep.
So this is your perfect. So here you can put SYSOUT, SYSOUT, and click control space. When you click control space, this whole statement comes, and you put something in here. I live in the UK, or whatever statement you put. It is a string, so you need to have the double quote. In double quote, you put this statement.
Hello world.
Okay.
Yeah, put hello world. It's the standard world. Yeah, hello world.
Yeah. Then I run.
And now you execute it. Then in the console, save it, because you haven't saved it. Just click OK. So you need to save all the time. Now hello world has been printed. Can you see in the console?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your first class has been generated. Let's move on to the next one. Discuss Java variables.
Okay.
there are different types of variables in Java. First one is a string. We have just discussed it. Yes.
Hmm.
This string variable stores text specific to text, but you can store anything in double quote. Yes, it is for the text only, but this has been in the double quote, so whatever you put, it will be printed. So you go to your class, instead of hello world, you just put dollar sign and print it. This dollar signs will be printed. Yes.
Shall I?
Yeah, go on, do it. In double quote, you can put literally anything. Now execute it. Save and execute. So click OK. So the dollar signs will be printed. You can see in the console. Yes. Next one is integer.
Okay.
Integer stores integers without decimal. So if you put 1.23 or whatever, that's a decimal value. So without decimals, any value can be stored in integer based on the range. Okay. So as for example, it is 110 or minus 110. Float value. Float numbers with decimals like 1.99 or negative numbers minus 1.99. So any number with the decimals you can store in float.
Okay.
Characters, char. So char values are stored in a single quote and whole single upper or lowercase alphabets. So if you just want to give one character alphabet, then you put single quote and put that particular alphabet. And the fifth one is Boolean. The Boolean data type holds true or false values. The questions normally ask yes and no. So these are data types known as Boolean data types. So how you declare variables?
I think Bijesh, mine screen is share, not yours. Vijay ji.
Yeah. So now you can see my screen. Yes. So let's repeat it again. So you can see variables in Java. There are different types of variables in Java. One is string. String stores text and it is defined in double quotes. Second one is integer. Integer holds any number, means number without decimal values. For example, 110 to 100 and minus 110. The third is float. Any number of float numbers with decimal values like 1.99 or negative number like minus 1.99. Characters holds a single alphabet. Either it can be in uppercase or lowercase, and you need to put in single quote. Yes. And the Boolean data type holds true or false values. So any question you can get the answer in either true or false. You can use Boolean data types. Now let's use declaring variables in Java. How you can declare a variables in Java and use it? So this string data types, they are not in single quotes. You need to use in double quotes here. So here say variable type, variable name equal to variable value. So in here only I am going to use a different, even though I have. So string, what is that string? Here it says variable type. Yes. What is the variable name? Anything I can put. So I am putting salutation. And it says variable value. So let's define the value. Yes. So this is the value. So this string is variable type. Salutation word is the variable name, and hello is variable value. So it's a variable type, variable name equal to variable. Now we will create a string as we have said. So in here the example was different, so let me put here hello. Yes, so this is my string variable, string salutation hello. Now I want to display or print it. In order to print or display, I need to use one statement, system.out.print. You can use system.print or ln. Whenever you put ln, it comes into new line. So here I am printing salutation. Yes, so forget about this one, I am covering this one. So when I execute this class, it will print hello. Yes,
Can I just go back up? You know where in row 6, where it says public static void main
Yeah.
string. What's that
Yeah.
last thing called args?
arguments.
Arguments. Do we just type that as well and as normally?
Yes, you need to. Or when you create, you can click on this the tick box, checkbox, and it will automatically generate the statement for you.
Where is the tick box?
So let me create a new class and I say second class public static void main. So it has created this public static void main arguments.
Okay.
Yes, so here I am putting string, the variable, what is the variable? My name. And what is the value? Oppo. Yes, and I want to print it. So what I put, sysout, and I put my name. Yes, so it will print my name. Yes, Oppo has been printed. Yes,
So what's the shortcut to fulfill this statement?
Shift and enter.
Shift and enter. Okay.
control space. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, control
Okay.
space. Shift enter might be doing as well.
I don't
use-
know. I just nothing guessed.
No, it's control
Shift plus
space. Control space.
Control space.
Control space. Sorry.
I said the wrong thing very confidently.
Print screen. I'm just putting this in here as well. So when you say this is the executable statement in here, you can see Pappu has been printed. Yes. Any question with this string data types?
So how many characters the strings can hold?
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay.
Yeah, so far I don't have any limit there, but in double quote you can put literally anything. You are, I don't know, you are able to read or no, but I have stored some value and you can see all printed. Yes.
Yep.
And you can count it. There are some commands where you can count using them. Let's go to the move to the next one. Any other question?
No.
So the next variable is integer. Creating an int variable. Int, I'm just copying and pasting so it becomes easy. Yes. So in this particular class only, I'm going to create another variable int my number equal to 10. So I'm going to comment this, so there won't be any error there, and then semicolon. So here int my number equals 10. Int is variable type, my number is variable name, and the variable value is 10. So this is int is a variable, my number and 10. So when I store the value of 10 in my number. So if I execute it, it will print 10 under. Yes, you can see in console 10. Yes. So let's, and the next variable, you can update the variable as well. Yes. So here you can see int my number equal to 10. But again, you can change the number value. So my number equals 15. Now you have updated the value, and when you execute it the same class, instead of 10 it will execute 15. Yes, can you see?
So how did we do that? So we declare this as 10.
Yes.
Then we have another one. My number is equal to 15.
Yes. So what we did in here, initially we have declared that variable as 10.
Yeah.
But using the same my number variable, I overwrite it.
Okay.
Yes. So I gave another, I define another value, and that's why it is printing the new value. If I use again,
Yeah.
my number 25. Yes. Then it overwrites both of them, and it will print 15. Yes, you can see here. So this is how you can update the variable.
And that would be in any text as well.
Text means,
In terms of any characters, if this is an integer, so we should be able to do that in float or any characters stored as well.
no, this is integer, means you just remember the integer. There is a different data types, float, and we will come back to that.
Okay.
Okay. Now in integer, we can create as a final integer as well. Final means you have defined it. This value, this will not change. So let me put final in here. Yes. So as soon as I put a final word in front of the int my number, these two lines number 9 and 11, they are showing some errors. Why? What it says in here, you can see, read. The final local variable my number cannot be assigned. It must be blank and not using a compound assignment. Yes. So this is called compile time error, as you have declared one variable as final and again you are trying to change the value. That doesn't work. Yes. And that's why I am just putting the same in here. But in this example, I have defined as 10 and again I am declaring 20. That does not work. Why? Because once you said my name is Brijesh, then again next day I cannot change my name. Yes. This is the final variable like that. And because of that, it can't be changed. Why? This is one of the most important variable we are going to use, final. So whenever you use Selenium, so the URL will not change. Yes. When you are testing on a particular URL, the URL remains the same. So if somebody tries or some changes the URL, it should not work. So you declare that URL as final. And the data you are using at a specific test, you don't want someone else to mess around your data. So you declare those variables as final. So wherever in one class you have declared them, So somebody's tried to change in a different class, it does not work. Any question with this?
Yeah, Bajeshji, I had written this thing, int my number is equals to 10 on Eclipse.
Yes.
Java. And it shows me that, and then I put a print command, then it shows me tick that the value of the local variable my number is not used.
Okay, so you have not used it, you need to use it. So you declared it, but not you are using it. So you will have some yellow kind of symbol, yes?
Yeah.
So you share the screen. I
Yeah.
explain you.
Yep.
Yeah, so here you say int my number is 10. Yes? But this my number, you are not using it, and that's why. So when you use it, this error goes straight away. Why there is an error? Because the line number 8, system.out.println, you put in the double quote. So whenever you put in the double quote, that becomes a string.
Okay.
So this my number, even though you have declared as integer, you are not using it. So if you execute this one, it will not print 10, it will print my number.
Oh.
That's why in the console, because you put in the double quote.
So I'll
Okay.
put it in a single quote, or
No, you remove the double quote, you don't need the single quote as well.
okay. Fine.
And now you save and execute, and there is no error. The error has gone now. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Thank
So you put in the double quote, and because of the double quote, it considered it
a
as
string.
a string,
Okay.
not that integer, and that's why. So why there is an error in here? Because okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Again, I am coming back to my case. You can see this here. So I have declared that int my number equal to 10 as a final variable, and again I am trying to change it. So when I trying to change it, it says that it can't happen because you have declared as a final here, and that's why there are errors there. Yes, remove final. So if I remove the final one, these errors will go. Yes. So let's go and discuss other variables. So there is other variables as well. Another is float. Yes. So the float numbers, they are the decimal value, and you declare it the decimal value. In the end, you need to put F. Then it identifies that float. Yes. So let's have a new class and put all this in one class, all variables together. So I explain. Yeah, so here int my number yes, single quote yes, string why there are errors there, can you tell me? Even though everything was correct. So now you can see I am having exactly the same error as yours. The value of the local variable my number is not used because I have not used it. So what I will do, sysout control space my number sysout control space my float number.
So if
Yes.
you declare something, you have to use it. You can't just leave it there.
Yes, this is what we have discussed in, do you remember?
Yeah.
What do you call it? static, what do you call it? Static analysis. In that, if you are making this kind of mistakes, you can identify in static analysis itself. Yes. String yes. Now all of them I'm using, and if I execute them, it will print all the value. So let me print screen and save as an evidence in here. Okay, let me discuss now. So int my number equal to 10, it is integer. Float, it's a float value which can be defined in decimal. So 1.99, even though 1.99 you need, when you declare as a float, you need to put f in the end. So f, then char character, my letter, I put just a there. Boolean, my boolean true, and string my salutation, and I put hello world. Yes, and I'm displaying or printing them, and it printed, so there is no error. But if I copy the same code, the same lines, see in here, if you go by the syntax rules, anyway I need to delete comment, let me comment them. So we better see. Yes, why there are errors in here, I explain you. Yes, this is the upper lowercase error, they are fine. Yes, but in these errors what is happening, you can see this, even though the syntax says that character or char you define in single quote, even though it is in single quote, this identifies an error. So if I delete it, I'm putting single quote, capital A, yes, the error has gone. The same thing happening with the string, the error has gone, because when I copied from here this Word document, these are taken as ASCII key instead of double quote, so they are known as special characters, and Java doesn't support those kind of characters, and that's why we had an error there. Yes, any question with this integer float?
No.